No, I always wanted to be an architect. From a very young age, I didn't know exactly what an architect does or an engineer does, but as I got older, and I was always good at drawing and sketching or photography, and that helped me get into the School of Architecture. I saw the understanding of what an architect does. I think that what really made me become an architect is in my third year of school, in architecture school. We went abroad, we studied abroad, monasteries and cloisters in Europe, specifically around the Alps, the German Alps, the Swiss Alps, the Italian Alps, French Alps, and how the monasteries and the monks, whether they're on top of the mountain or on the bottom of the mountain, or whether they're in the valley, or whether they raise vines, or whether they are monks who just live by themselves for a very extended periods of time, the lifestyle and the thought process that goes into monasteries and cloisters, whether they are, Franciscan or Dominican, and the variations there, and also how they get converted later on in life by contemporary architects into what we would call recycling of the buildings, whether it's into museums or into schools, by people like Carlos Scarpa and so forth, and you can see how they blend the buildings into the natural environment. That was the period of time that really made me fall in love with what it is that I saw architecture can be, was historically, how it affects people's lives. And then obviously it related to me deeply because I was born in Israel, I grew up in Israel, but I never saw the connectivity until I was, I guess, mature enough to understand it. And obviously that goes along with the museums and the art and the history of art that goes along with architecture. So when you start to perceive it as a lifestyle, as a way of life, as a thought process, then that appealed to me the most and made me decide that's what I want to do with my life. And that's the way I perceive architecture or design, or the indoor-outdoor spaces, whether they're urban planning or landscaping or architecture or interior design or city planning or sustainability or environmental design. I see them all as cohesive, or construction or development. I see them all as cohesive elements and conducive to the overall development and evolution of where it is that we live in, as a city, as a municipality, or as a nomadic tribe, how you set up, whether you're Indian or Arab, and that's what I like to look at.